The King. 40 years after the death of Elvis Presley, two-time Sundance Grand Jury winner Eugene Jarecki's new film takes the King's 1963 Rolls-Royce on a musical road trip across America. From Memphis to New York, Las Vegas, and beyond, the journey traces the rise and fall of Elvis as a metaphor for the country he left behind. In this groundbreaking film, Jarecki paints a visionary portrait of the state of the American dream and a penetrating look at how the hell we got here. A diverse cast of Americans, both famous and non, join the journey. Documentary co-written and directed by Eugene Jarecki, 107 minutes. Opens Friday at Ted Rogers Hot Doc Cinema. PG filmmaker Eugene Jarecki does something rather unusual with The King, which becomes something extraordinary and insightful. Driving across the U.S. In the late Elvis Presley's 1963 Rolls-Royce, he uses the life and death of the King as a metaphor to explore the troubled state of America, in a documentary that is jam-packed with archival footage, insightful commentary, musical performances, in the back of aforementioned vehicle. Article continued below. The election of Donald Trump as U.S. President could not provide a better example of what's gone so terribly wrong south of the border, that a country once so full of promise decades ago in dealing with racial and economic inequality has simply failed to heed the lessons of history. Presley, Jarecki argues persuasively, had similar promise as a poor young man growing up in Tupelo, Mississippi, where he grooved to Black American music and drove legions of older citizens mad with worry and fear over his wicked gyrations and smoldering sexuality. The film tracks Presley's career under the tutelage of greedy Colonel Tom Parker, including those wretched movies, until he became a pill-popping sellout Las Vegas performer who died tragically young. Along the way we hear from some wizened and wise old friends and commentators like Dan Rather, Ethan Hawke and, surprisingly, Ashton Kutcher, whose take on fame is telling. Even Mike Myers has some worthy things to say from a Canadian perspective. There's a lot packed in this film, so it may take a second or third viewing to get it all. But Jarecki's somber and sorrowful message comes through, an urgent wake-up call to change course. Bruce DeMera is a Toronto-based reporter covering entertainment at The Star. Follow him on Twitter, at @BDMRain. The King. Filmmaker Eugene Jarecki uses the life and death of Elvis Presley as a metaphor to explore the troubled state of America. LEVELFILM.